was investigating different formats and different programs, and this particular program interested me, but the delivery mechanism was really important to me as well because of the things you said about family and work and all of that. And some of the other programs that I looked at were sort of a couple nights throughout the week, and I just knew that was not going to work for me, just from my work schedule and also my personality type. I'm much better at focusing, sort of the 1 weekend a month apart, and then I can distribute the assignment work and the readings throughout the week. For me, this is the only way I could really get it done, working. I mean, quitting is not really an option right now, so this has been really good for me.
And very similar to Robert, it was really important for me when I went out and evaluated the different programs that it was not just the content, it was the delivery mechanism. So an online program for me, why appealing from a work-life balance perspective, it was really important that I had that instructor learning experience and also learning from my fellow classmates. I'll say this program far exceeded my expectations. I often have difficulties at times trying to articulate what makes this program so unique. But when I compare it to what maybe peers at work speak to in terms of other MBA programs, for example, or other master's programs, it's the balance that the course creates, and then being able to dedicate that time. You're so highly focused during those weekends, and you're able to get so much out of them that doesn't happen by accident. And I think we talked about this. We're perfectly designed to get the results that we get, and I think this program really lives up to that antidote, if you will. So it was a challenge at times, especially when you have heavy project work. I think a misconception could be that while it's a weekend program, you're not engaged in the interim. You're engaged throughout the entire month to month, throughout the entire semester. And I think that's a really important aspect of the program, but it's a wonderful balance of being able to spread those assignments out and then do that in class time, get that learning, so that you not only have two professors you're learning from on those weekends, you're learning from your professors and your other 23 or 25 cohort members. So it's been very effective from a scheduling and work-life balance perspective.
I think what you said can't be underestimated too. I mean, obviously the faculty and the curriculum are designed to get outcomes, and that's well thought out. But I think also that the cohort itself, the teams, I mean, we learn so much from the different industries that are represented and the life experiences as well. And I mean, sometimes you think about how these things go and you wind up here, so you realize there's a backstory to everybody, and that really does play out through their life history and how they approach and how to think about the program as well. And it's really good to consider that. And I feel like the workload outside of the class it's there, and it sometimes can be intense, but it's not unmanageable. It's very manageable. I mean, obviously, if you slack off and wait till the last minute on everything, then it becomes really intense. But in general, I've felt pushed and stretched, but not to the point where I was going to break. It's collaborative in the way that it's not competitive. There's not. If you get an A and you get an A, that does not detract from me at all. So there's really not that sense of I've got to compete with you for a grade or attention. And again, one of the things they talked about early on was the focus on learning, not performing, which was a really hard concept to get. Right. But once you let that go, you really could focus on the learning and saying, my job is to push myself and maybe help push some team members in areas where they might not see things every day. So that part of the program is really, I think it's unique, but it's very beneficial to the outcome.